welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea, and on this channel we talk all things about manifestation, personal growth, and self-development. So if you like that type of content, then go ahead and like and subscribe, and we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So today we are talking about something that is at the very core of our being, and that is self-love. So self-love isn't just some trendy hashtag, it's actually something that we all deeply need in order for us to make more money, get the things that we want, serve the people that we love and that we care about and that support us. We need self-love in order to give love, right? We need that in order to receive it. So even though I was able to become an artist, I got my degree in professional studies of fine art, I was an art instructor, I was able to make murals and all those sorts of things for elementary schools, and I was able to manifest my dream life. I was able to manifest my partner, I was able to manifest my dream house, my car, everything. What most people don't know about me is I grew up in a religious cult, and we had to wear long skirts, we weren't allowed to dance, we weren't allowed to draw, we were only allowed to do our Bible study. We didn't celebrate any holidays. I mean, could you imagine, like, as a 5-year-old going to school and having a really hard time with everybody at your school and having to sit in the back of the classroom or sit out while other students are handing out Valentine's Day cards? I know it sounds so little, but minuscule, but year after year, I would start to feel really isolated. So another thing that most people don't know about me is that by the time I got to college, I was extremely quiet, I was extremely shy, and because of my introvertedness, I was raped, and I didn't tell anyone about it for a while. And I had a really hard time speaking up after that. This also grew into my excruciating anxiety. And in 2017, I went in for an appointment, and they told me that I have generalized anxiety. They gave me some pills, and they said, this is basically the best that we can do for you right now. So even though that happened, I still found myself committed to this process of self-love, of finding my purpose, of my understanding like what it means to be a light in somebody's, or a rainbow in somebody's cloud. I know that that's why I'm here right now, is to be able to send this message to whoever it resonates with. So I understand how it feels to not want to move forward. I had a really hard time when I was going through my depression. I had a really hard time getting out of bed. Like, I did not want to see another day. I had a really hard time with that because I couldn't figure it out. I felt like I wasn't able to, there was no way I was gonna figure it out. I stayed committed to the process of saying, well, let's see what happens, right? And the way that I was able to do that was because I started off with small steps. So I'm gonna share those steps with you guys and how I was able to go from somebody who was being introverted to somebody who just loves to be around people and just has a sense of compassion and love for other people, regardless of how they treated me, regardless of what they think about me, regardless of how other people may or may not judge me. I want to share those steps with you. So the first thing that I want to point out is that the reason why, in my opinion, most people feel like their self-love is depleted, I think it has to do with comparing yourself to other people, judging yourself, speaking unkind words to yourself. What you're essentially doing is betraying yourself, right? And I want to also kind of define what self-love is. And this is just the definition that I base it off of. Self-love isn't something like, I think it's way more deeper than just like bubble baths and hot girl walks and things like that. Self-love is the love that is self. The love that is self. Meaning that when you are born as a baby, you are love. There is no other way to describe it. You are love, you are a gift, you are worthy, you are all of these beautiful, magical things because you made it to this reality. And I think we have to start with that being our core before we can move forward, and defining it before we can move forward, because that is the belief you have to start reprogramming your brain to. That love is self, and self is that of love, okay? So when you have that as your belief, you have to understand from that premise that in order to be your most organic and most natural sense of self is to love. So some of the things that you can do is start to appreciate the things around you, right? So that is going out for a walk and saying, I love the beautiful sunset, or I love this fluttering butterfly. Whatever it is that just crosses your path, send love to it. Send love. This is where we're starting, right? Small steps. Find the things that are easy to love. Find the things that are easy to appreciate. Find the things that are easy to be grateful for. Once you feel like that is your dominant thought pattern, because what we're doing right now, we're creating new thought patterns, okay? So once that is more of your dominant thought pattern, then the next step you can do is move on to looking at yourself in the mirror and telling yourself, I love you. I love you. And just looking at yourself dead in the eye, and at first it's gonna feel weird. At first you're probably going to not like it. At first you're gonna feel shy. At first you're gonna be like, yeah, right. First you're gonna be like, that's so cheesy. until you start to do this, you will recognize or realize a whole new sense of self that you had never even imagined. Like, it is wild, the things that come from saying those simple words to yourself. Because you start to have a different sense of value for yourself. Then things start coming in of like, okay, well, what do I value? And what do I not care for, right? That's when things like non-negotiables and boundaries and things like that come into play, is when you deeply believe and look at yourself, I love myself so much, I am not going to allow that. I love myself so much, I'm waking up at whatever a.m. I love myself so much, I'm gonna meditate. I love myself so much, I'm gonna work out. Whatever it is, you will start to recognize like, wow, I am loving on myself right now, right? Okay. My last tip for developing your self-love, your self-worth, and your value. And that is to take the time to journal. And you're already saying how grateful you are for the things around you. You're already telling yourself that you love yourself. The next thing you're going to do that is super powerful is journal on your accomplishments. What can you celebrate about yourself? What do you thank yourself for? What are those things that you're proud of, right? Is it, did you just get a new car? Did you just learn how to drive? Did you just wake up and take a shower? Like, it depends on who that person is and where you can start from, right? Everybody's different and everybody's on their own path, and there's no judgment on anybody. But celebrate yourself. Whatever that next tiny step is for you, celebrate that. Journal on that every night. Every night. And I promise you, if you do that for 90 days, you'll be a different person. Like, there's no question about it. Like, you will be a different person. I also want to add meditation, but sometimes just being outside and just appreciating the things around you, like, that is enough meditation for some people. And some people meditate in different ways. Like, some people meditate while they're washing the dishes. Like, it's just kind of like up to the person. I'm just giving you what's worked for me and how I was able to allow love into my life. Right? So how are you going to celebrate yourself today? I want you to ask yourself that. All right, it's getting dark. The sun is going down. So I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.